Welcome back here at GOMTV.net, where we're covering the Season 2 StarLeague. Taste is on our toes is here. We're going into our final match here for our first group, 1 of 2. We're going to have for our final match, Parting against Squirtle.
That's right. The old teacher versus the student, but of course Parting has far surpassed Squirtle now, I would say. Even though Squirtle did make a GSL final, Parting has definitely been doing more, having his name on the map more, being more dangerous than Squirtle has.
Yeah.
So, can Squirtle come back and beat the man that he helped to grow?
You know, it's also going to be interesting because the map is Whirlwind. This is our biggest map. Now, for PvP, that means we still can see rushes because you can warp it at the pylon. Mm-hmm. But it does make for different scouting patterns that you have to do.
Yeah, it's a 4-player map. Might just. I think that
you
we're
might
probably
just
going to see
unlucky and scout them late. So.
I wouldn't be surprised if these players just don't scout, because I mean you can scout it like a normal timing, but if they're the last spot, you aren't getting in anyways.
And if you're not going to scout, chances are you're going to go for a build that's super safe, well-rounded, probably going to be able to hold anything that's not too dramatic. But
the map is actually really good for fast expansion. There's
very
not
true.
any real area to blink into the main base. There's only one area behind the third. That's a terrible spot. It's like it's very hard to get in and out of the main. You have to like be very careful with your shift click. So that aspect of it, as well as the fact that the Nexus really covers the ramp. Yeah. It's hard to break, so I think that a fast expand from both sides would not surprise me one bit.
We could absolutely see, super late game PvP like we saw in that last game.
Mm-hmm. Definitely could be. Well, we'll have to see going in here, Tasteless. What do you predict? Do you think Squirtle can actually take Parting out?
I think Parting wins. I think that's what I'm. I've been pretty boring with my predictions today because I'm just basing it off of some of the previous games we've seen here.
Yeah.
Not today, but just in the last few months. Or
so
just
you're just
over last
going
year.
with Parting then?
I'm just going to go with Parting. I mean, if Squirtle wins, that's awesome, but I think anybody who follows any competitive StarCraft is going to think, well, I mean, more than likely Parting's going to be the one to get out, you know?
Yeah, of course. I'm just happy that we get one of these guys in the round of 16. That's going to be fantastic, but
yeah.
I do have to go with Parting too, Tasteless. If Squirtle wants to win this, I feel like he needs to get a really good strategic victory.
I think you're right. It looks like the countdown has started. Again, our map is going to be Whirlwind here. The winner moves on to the round of 16. The loser moves on out of this tournament and will no longer be in the StarLeague Season 2 being covered here at GOMTV.net. In the bottom right, starting location, we have the world champion of last year. He is
Master SK Telecom T1 Parting.
His opponent in the upper right and former teammate. His ID is
Master LGIM Squirtle.
Okay, so they're both sharing the right side of the map. Which is a much bigger difference than, let's say, one guy is in the bottom right and the other guy is in the upper left. So they're a little bit closer.
And in these particular spots, it's a little bit better for Squirtle because his natural and main are in the same drop line for Parting, whereas Parting's natural goes in a direction where drops aren't really going to matter all that much. But
yeah.
The whole back of his main, like the least useful part of his base, is right in line for Squirtle to do Warp Prism harassment in. So, just a small advantage that may or may not come to fruition this game.
Yes.
Important
thing to note.
God, 0 wins, 7 losses for Parting on Whirlwind.
Oh my God, I didn't know about that stat.
Never seen one like that.
Well, especially not from somebody of this guy's caliber. I really wonder what Parting's mindset is going into this then.
You know what? I think those are mostly going to be PVTs and PVZs that he lost here.
Still, though, I mean, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth every time you go in this map. You've never won.
Yeah, that's quite true. Now, we actually do have both players scouting, and Squirtle will scout first. So Parting may actually go cross-map and get his probe in. But if he goes towards the top left, he just won't even get a scout off.
Oh my God, he just... Dude, hold on.
No.
He just missed that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I can't believe this.
Well,
he actually tried to be so efficient. He wanted to get like just the tip of the pixel to touch the Nexus, which you know, and then move around. He actually pulled out like a split second too soon and actually doesn't know that his opponent's in the bottom right. This never happens really in professional matches.
Well,
or it never should. Because it's happening right now. Look at this, he's already rallied his gateway to the upper left, the exact opposite location his opponent's at.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Looks like it's going to be a proxy Stargate here. Most likely, it doesn't have to be. It could be a proxy DT, which is a very strong build as well.
I can't believe he's messed this up. I can only imagine the heart palpitation that Squirtle has as he goes up to the upper left and realizes, in fact, nobody is there either.
And then he looks back, and it could have been either place.
Yeah, it could have been bottom right or bottom left because he pulled away so quickly.
All right. So
oh, man.
Yeah, man, it's really painful. In fact, his mother... This actually might work out for him, Tasteless. Oh, my God. Notice he turned his probe away because he assumes he can't scout.
He's going to spot this?
This is huge. He's actually...
he will.
Tasteless. Messing up that scout was the luckiest thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah.
I can't even believe what I'm seeing here. This is, like, actually comedy that I'm watching.
You know, Party's in his booth like, what?
Yeah. I've never seen anyone get lucky from mis-scouting like that.
It's such a weird situation.
This is...
All right, well,
I'm flabbergasted.
I assume he's going to get this Oracle out here ASAP.
Well, he's not going to,
actually.
He has to cancel. And he actually used another chrono.
He's going to make another fine line here. Oh! How did that probe not die sooner? Okay. This actually, I don't know what Party does from here. The Sentry actually just goes back now and defends.
What am I watching here from? This is like really weird.
Well, this game is like a snowflake, and then it's completely one of a kind.
That is true.
Well, he's gonna. Okay, this is just so bizarre. And here's what's funny: Artosis. It's not done yet because Squirtle thinks his opponent's in the upper left. This game is so weird.
When he sees that it's not, he's gonna be like, "What in the hell is happening here?" I'm actually still just so in shock that the bad scouting worked out for him this well.
I know, right?
When you screw that up, it's supposed to be game-changing in a way that you
lose
are probably going to lose or
you're
get
penalized it in some way.
Instead of then fluke scouting a well-placed proxy by your opponent.
Yes. It's so funny.
Wow. Okay, so anyways, enough of that talk. Parting, going into a Robo and a Nexus, grabbing his Mothership Core.
Yes.
Whereas Blink is coming up for Squirtle. And Squirtle's actually getting the Robo as well. It's kind of interesting that he's grabbing the Robo this early.
Base is under attack.
All right. Well, he can keep Squirtle stuck inside of his main base because the threat of that Oracle coming in and killing probes is very great.
Yeah. So from here, he has to keep...
What?
I don't know what I'm
he
seeing
has to
here.
kill that.
Okay, so with the Oracle floating behind, he has to either keep the Mothership Core at home or 2 Stalkers, because if you leave just one, it gets too many kills. And in fact, he does leave 2, but still going to get quite a few kills.
And he should be able to get away.
Yeah. Really nice control there. He's up to 6 kills.
Yeah, he'll go ahead and just clean up this Stargate here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Parting rapidly teching and getting this expansion up here. I'm still worried for Squirtle.
Yeah, Squirtle's in trouble, man. I mean, a Mothership Core, the Finnish Nexus, a couple sentries, second Immortal on the way.
Yeah.
Squirtle has to move right now. The thing is, the Nexus cannon will push him back long enough to get the second Immortal. When you have 2 Immortal and 3 Gateways producing units, Blink Stalker no longer breaks you. Yes. So he's missed the timing where he actually could have killed the Nexus. And he has to keep units at home to deal with the Oracle that keeps getting more kills. And his Nexus is much slower. So this is actually a problem.
All right, now it looks like Squirtle's going to try to bum rush the Nexus here, but there's 2 Immortals, as you said, so no, not happening.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Parting in really a very, very good spot.
And even forcing out the Nexus cannon here, Parting just comes in, he triggers that defense and just goes back out.
Yeah. Yeah, he does some of that Oracle. That's so funny. But Squirtle's
He's actually going to try to get in here.
Yeah, that's the spot I was telling you.
Oh my God, he messes up. Squirtle, this is actually, we're watching a guy fall apart in this series.
Yeah, that spot is really hard to actually hit the Blink on.
Yeah.
Like, normally you want to do a shift command Blink because there's only like 1 or 2 mages.
I'm surprised he didn't do that, actually. That was kind of weird.
Yeah. He should know that. That is weird. But now this scout sees he's going double Stargate, which actually, by the way, is the best choice he could do because he's in a bad spot, so why not?
Yeah.
Let's see what he can get done with these Stalkers. One of the Mortals actually way far away right now.
Yeah, but the other one, actually, there are two now coming down here.
Yeah. Oh, and he's going to go Phoenixes. Okay, that's kind of cool. I thought
so
he
he's
would
going
go
to do a big pickup here at the entrance.
Yeah, you know, I think he's going to pick up Immortals and whatnot. And
I can't believe that got away again.
Yeah, Stargate units and Blink Stalkers actually combo pretty well. But the Templar Archives, of course, a very good counter to double Stargate. It's exactly what you're going to want to get.
Yep.
Feedback's very good against Phoenixes. Of course, Archon's good against them as well.
Yes. Now we have, well, it looks like he stopped now.
Yeah, well, he did get scouted. So
he's just going to switch out, I guess, for sure.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We'll see.
Go scout what your opponent's doing. Once you see that Templar Archives, do you really want to stay on Stargates?
That's very true. Well, he could pick up one more if he wants and kill it very slowly.
This Oracle, man.
It's worth its weight in gold right now.
It's worth its weight in gold minerals and gold Vespene gas. Or dark green Vespene gas, whatever it is.
So, I don't see Squirtle actually getting a lead from here. I feel like he's had to make too many structures that have been spotted. Mm-hmm. He's been forced into too many situations that weren't comfortable for him.
Yeah.
The fact that he even started this game out by not being able to scout his opponent is painful.
Yeah.
I mean, painful to watch, painful to cast.
So many things went right for him in the early game, then everything else has gone wrong. And the main problem here is, as you said, he made 2 Stargates, which he then proceeded to produce 2 Phoenixes out of, which are going to do nothing but scout. And his opponent has 4 Immortals already and is going to go Immortal Archon, which is a very powerful composition at the moment.
Yeah,
what is he going to have against that? 13 Stalkers with Blink? You joking me, Tasis? Is that going to do anything?
I don't think so, Artosis. Now we got this army out here. Looks like Squirtle is just trying to do some contain here. I don't know, man. I just don't see what Squirtle can do.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough spot, but the game is not over yet. Of course, if he can get a lot of his own Immortals out, that's something that can help out a lot. Some nice micro does help as well.
Third base now being taken here by Parting. Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, one thing Parting is aware of is a counterattack is very deadly here. So if he moves out of his base and tries to be aggressive, there's a chance that Squirtle just runs in there with these Stalkers and does a ton of damage.
Yeah. That is true. Threatening the base trade might be one of the best things that he can actually do right now. Well, you know, he might be able to get a cancel on the 3rd even. That would be really nice. Now, the scouting, the non-stop scouting Hallucinated Phoenixes is just doing such a great job for Party. He's really on top of what's going on from Squirtle. The fact that he's going to double Robo Colossus is no longer something that he's going to have to worry about because he knows.
Nice job getting that pylon and blinking out. This is some nice harassment play to try to, you know, just keep his opponent under control so he can get some kind of a solution here.
And a nice feedback going down. So, Parting actually going to add a Stargate right now. Now, that is a great choice.
What do you think he's going to go for?
Well, definitely Tempest. Because, well, first off, when you see one Stargate, generally it's going to be Tempest. Unless it's very early game, of course, like one base.
Yeah.
But when he's facing off against 2 Robo Colossus, that's going to be just unbelievably useful. I mean, this army composition he has right now will work for a while, but like a max Colossus-based army will probably win against him.
All right, so he's chasing down these Stalkers right now. Now they're going to have blink again soon, but they're still taking a good amount of damage here before they're able to blink away.
He's picking off a few units at least. Got a few Zealots and an Archon. Not too bad.
Yep,
not
sure.
too shabby.
And, yeah, you were right, Artosis. Double Stargate Fleet Beacon right now. Mm-hmm. Now, we're still waiting to see if Parting's going to full-on engage here. He's still concerned about those Stalkers counter-blinking into his main.
You know, I think that he's not going to attack. Squirtle does have an army supply advantage right now. And
That's
while
very
the
true.
army of Parting is pretty darn good and pretty scary, again, yeah, there's the threat of the counterattack with the blink, and when you get to really high supplies, Colossus are still really quite amazing. So he's
Yeah.
going to need some Tempest to help offset
He's going to
that.
blink into the main here. He kind of messed up that blink again.
Yeah,
You might want to try to get this Stargate here.
Well, let's see what he can get in.
Whoa,
Ooh,
this
that
could
would be a
be
good snipe. Oh,
That was really bad by Party.
I'm pretty sure Squirtle could have killed that and then blinked away, but it doesn't matter. It's okay to lose some Stalkers right now.
Well, yeah, think of that Mothership core and reset that. He also covered and blown on the Tempest here. And these Stalkers, well, no, never mind, there's Zealots down here. We're going to do just fine against this army of Stalkers.
Yeah. At least he knows exactly what's going on. In fact, he's going to counter with his own Tempest. He does already have those 2 Stargates from before. You know, these guys showing all the different little tech switches that you need to see in a high-level PvP.
Yeah.
Because whoever gets ahead, like, strategically as far as army goes, is going to end up winning. So you just have to counter, recounter, counter, recounter each other.
Well, it looks like Phoenixes are on the run now. And this has been actually, these guys, you know, okay, to be fair, this game started out pretty bumpy, but it's actually started to normalize here. We're getting into late game PvP.
I don't know about this. In fact, I don't like this from Squirtle. I'll just go straight up. Like, I like it, but I don't like it. I think he should actually be making Void Rays. Because this is kind of like when you're trying to counter Phoenix Colossi with 1 Starport Vikings. Like trying to counter mutas that are already out by making Phoenixes
It's like trying to counter somebody who's upgrading armor by just upgrading armor yourself, where you actually have to upgrade attack and armor if you want to catch up.
Yeah, I feel like he's just a bit behind in that way. Oh, those have long range.
Yeah, those have very long range.
But because Parting started this so much earlier, and there's so much, like, yeah, I mean, right now it's, well, no, you know what, he caught up very quickly. This wasn't constant production from Parting, so I guess it will end up working out.
Yeah, it looks like it. Well, Parting's gone back and forth a little bit here. Now we got the 4th base coming up now. Looks like we have a harass over here, but this is not going to do anything, it looks like. He dumped out all the Zealots. He might try to warp in over here into the main. And now it looks like Parting is going to try to engage over here at the 3rd base here of Squirtle, but just now starts to run away.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. A lot of buildings using up his charge there.
Yeah.
And
nice
look
time
at
warp
that.
there.
Ooh, makes him go through a time warp, and now he's just going to shift click right with those Tempests. But he's got to be careful because the counter Tempests are here, Tasteless. And in fact, oh, that is some beautiful time warp play right there. Those Colossus doing a ton of damage before anything closes.
More Zealots coming in here to sponge up the damage. The Colossi can't be as efficient. Now the Archons get underneath these or Tempests, excuse me. They could do a lot of damage, continue to push back right now.
Also, we did have Squirtle targeting down a lot of Archons as opposed to the Tempest of his opponent. He's got to be careful about that. Because if there's a Tempest advantage, then he might be able to kill all the Colossi as well.
All right, that what is that? The Tempest there, very low on HP. We have the Warp Prism coming in here now. This should bring out some defense here from Squirtle. Meanwhile, he can attack again. He can hit the 4th or he can hit the 3rd here of Squirtle.
This is a really crazy game right now, Tasteless. And in fact, right now, Parting going for this 4th base is going to be able to pick this off. There's nothing he can do about it with that many mortals. So that's going to be picked off in just a matter of seconds. This is getting wild, man. These couple of really crazy unit compositions.
Yeah.
Mass Immortals and Archons for Parting with a bunch of Tempests, and then Tempest Colossus for Squirtle. But now it's 8 against 4. And this is why I was thinking more of the Void Rays. Because now with a far superior Tempest army, I give a big advantage here to Parting. As long as he actually attacks the right units here.
He's got to make sure that doesn't get hit by any Stalkers or Archons.
And, well, right now, the Tempest not being target perfect. There you go. Starting to hit these down. And the Colossi are getting one-shotted at this point, which is going to allow him to just roll through the rest of this.
Yeah, and now he's able to one-shot these Tempests over here.
Yeah.
Again, there's so many Immortals up here doing so much damage. Once they tear through these Zealots, they can take out the Stalkers with ease. Squirtle on the run right now. Supply 130 to 80, and GG. That does it.
Well, very well played game by both sides. A lot of messy craziness in the early game.
Yeah.
Definitely an interesting one as far as the unit composition dance went.
That was a great game. You know, I feel like it was really bumpy, like abnormally bumpy at the start when one guy didn't scout the other one, and then the other guy accidentally scouts.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to...
Or no, then he actually scouts the Stargate, and then there was all over the place. Now, Squirtle's not going to be happy about that game because the start of that game did not go the way he expected it to. And the early game in the Starcraft game is so important because that's how you're setting up for the late game.
Yeah. You know, I have to say, I'm feeling like Squirtle that game, if he went into Void Rays, he may have ended up winning it.
Well, let's see what he thinks. We're going to go to the interview now and see how he feels.
Not afraid to show off his confidence. He does seem a little bit relieved, though, of course.
이게 연기 톤이에요 지금. 연기 톤이 아니라 진심이에요 이거는. 네. 100% 진심이고.
My 2 picks got through.
팬분들이 남성 팬분들도 와주시면 감사합니다. 여성 팬분들이 와주셔서 저 응원해주시면은.
Party's like,
또 다른
I'm waiting for him to finish.
각성해가지고 같이 힘이 돼서 이기게 되는.
Party's like, I'm very happy, and I'm not just trying to sound like super confident or whatever. And he's like, and whenever my lady fans come out and cheer me out, he's like, I mean, I'm happy to see the male fans too, but whenever my lady fans cheer me out, a different party comes out from within and helps me win games.
Wow.
Oh man. There are quite a few of them here today, though.
That is
All right, Lady Party fans, it's your time to come to the studio.
I guess so.
You bring out the beast.
저는 모르겠는데 아무튼 그냥 신경 안 썼어요.
아니, 근데 이 조에서 사실 박형준 선수가 제일 부담스럽지 않았어요? 아니, 이 조에서 누가 제일 부담스러웠어요?
솔직히 여기 와서 이렇게 말하는 것도 웃기지만 솔직히 아무도 신경 안 썼거든요. 그냥 제 자신만 믿고.
So we were wondering if Squirtle was the player he was the most worried about. And Parting's like, I don't know if I should say it on a stage like this, but I wasn't worried about any of the players. Like, I didn't prepare for any of them specifically. I just showed them I'm just going to play the game. And I'm going to win. And I'm going to move on.
진짜 그 김경민 선수랑 했었을 때 제가 모든 병력을 다 잃어가지고 거신 병력 있잖아요. 그래서 원래 잃으면 안 되는데.
And talking about his game with
화면 쓰이자마자 눈물을 닦고
Supernova.
하느님 제발 이거 한 번만 저한테 기회 주신다면은 말 좀 더 잘 듣고. 진짜로. 짧은 시간에. 네 진짜 아니 화면 딱그 눈노선이 퉁퉁퉁 때릴 때마다 정말 진짜 가슴이 떨어져요.
He was when he was playing with Supernova. Whenever when he lost all his Colossi, he every single hit on the Colossi just sounded like these knocks on like the door to his deathbed, and he was just worried, and he was like praying to the gods, and he was like, if you just give me one more chance, I'll be a better boy, and I'll win the next game.
Wow, Parting is dramatic.
Yeah, it's great to listen to him.
He's gone full Parting this interview.
그냥 제발 또 떨어지고 저랑 윤종이 형만 올라가가지고 딱 주고받으면은
역시 긍정! 해감을 느꼈나요?
정말 떨어지면서 행복했어요 그냥.
Oh, Parting, he's like, yeah, you know, I was actually hoping most of the other Protoss would all fall, and that we would get the spotlight as like the only Protosses left, and I was very happy when the other Protosses got knocked out. Very honest guy.
I bet.
좀 많이 상긴 한데
This guy.
성적으로 그런 걸 판단하시는 거잖아요. 그래서 내가 윤종이 형보다 프로리그 성적도 안 좋고 그래가지고 할 말이 있는데 진짜로요. 네. 뭐 제가 엄청 해야겠죠.
We had a moment of a bit more solid seriousness, but then Parting said, you know, fans, the only thing fans remember are your records, and that's what you're judged by. You're judged by your score, and he feels that perhaps he doesn't have much to say right now to the fans because his records in the Pro League have not been the best among Protoss. However, he's like, but then, you know, obviously I should win this one, right? So then I'll have something to say after the season.
True.
이번 시즌은 좀 잘 것 같아요.
It is true, though, especially in Korea. The score is what remains on everyone's minds.
Yeah.
바탕으로 8강
He did win 2 championships last year, so.
It's hard to argue with it. the yearly WCS championship that he took home.
And WCG.
And Harding finishing off with his dramatic goals. He's like, I'm gonna, beat all the Titans in the round of 8 and the round of 4, and then I'm gonna make this dramatic win in the finals and bring tears to everyone's eyes and win the whole season. So
Wow.
Harding is he's in it. He's in it for the long run.
He's going to need a lot of female fans here to reach that level of energy.
So. Looks like everybody trying to help Goku form the spirit bond.
That's right.
Harding's got all his lady fans.
It's on you, lady fans, to come here and cheer him on.
델롬이라고 이제 말 못하겠고
너무 오락가락하네요.
네, 성적을 일단 보여줘야 될 것 같아요. 너무 말만 하는 원인사기라고 딱 이미지가 바뀌었기 때문에.
And Harding acknowledging that perhaps these days kind of his image among the community is he just, big talk, but no records to show. And he's like, so, now I'm really just going to focus on StarLeague. I know there's like Pro League and stuff, but, now it's just the time for StarLeague, and I'm going to show them that, I can back up my talk.
원한다 원하지 않는다를 빼고 선수 이름만 먼저 봤습니다.
강현우 선수랑 일단 연맹 선수들이랑 다 하고 싶어요.
연맹 선수들이랑 다 하고 싶어요. 일단 그리고
Oh, so
강하고요.
of course, in the last StarLeague, Harding was one of the players who really kind of started the whole war between Kespa and ESF and kind of made it all happen. And so right now he's like, yes, in the round of 16, I want to meet all ESF players, and we can all figure out why.
He switched sides.
수영이 형은 피해야 될 것 같고요.
And then, of course, as the players he wants to dodge right away, is Innovation was the first one mentioned. He's like, well, yes, of course, I want to dodge Innovation. I don't want to meet him right away.
이런 게임이 안 하거든요.
이것도 변한 거예요.
또 다른 대란들이 좀 많잖아요.
솔직히 말씀드리면 신영 형이랑 윤종이 형이 많이 하면 솔직히 그런 사람이 없어가지고 제 기준에
And so, we were wondering, he mentioned Innovation. We're like, what about other Terrans? Like, there are really good Terrans out there. And he's like, honestly, like, the other ones don't worry me as much, but I'm legitimately scared of Innovation.
He picked Innovation into his group in the last round of 16.
Yeah.
앞서서 김영준
Look
솔직히 지금도 좀 그 경기를 생각하면은 화가 나긴 하는데 일단 제가 패했으니까.
And of course, if we're talking Terrans, we have to talk about Supernova because he just beat him today, and he's like, yes, to be fair, I lost. I'll admit it. I lost fair and square. But now that I've lost, if we meet again, like I'm prepared to give him my revenge and show him what's up and take him down.
Supernova has been processed.
분명히 보여줬었고 최근의 모습 때문에 원인삭에 대해서 의구심을 가지는 분도 계시고 원인삭에서만큼은 요즘은 아닌가라고 생각하시는 분도 분명히 계시거든요. 그분들을 위해서 마지막 말씀.
And of course, we're now going to close out with a word to the fans and the community.
올라가는 인재 스타리그는 이 계기를 발판 삼아서 프로리그도 지금 5할이 정도인데 델롬의 자격을 갖추기 위해서는 7할을 해야 되거든요. 7할 목표를 다 삼고 이제 프로리그 당연히 우승시킬 거고 그리고 제가 우승해야 될 것 같아요.
And he just closes out saying, yeah, I know perhaps I haven't been showing the best games recently, but with all that's on the line this time around, and also because it's been kind of tough to go on to the round of 16 this time, it wasn't a super easy cruise 2-0. So he's like, I'm going to use this as a base to bring out victory to my team and, of course, for myself in this season. And that's it, guys.
Rock on. Thanks, Joe.
All right. I love the personality coming out of Parting.
Yeah, I
So
love
funny.
the length of that filibuster interview.
We're going to go to a short little break. When we come back, we're going to go on to our second group here in the StarLeague Season 2. So stay tuned.